So we have a dilemma here. What is desire and what is lust anyway, Kurt? Okay. Desire is like I desire her, I find her attractive, but I don't know her. I'm not gonna try to be with her, and she's not my circle of friends, right? I don't know her, right? But I desire her as a woman. Says I'm a man. I can't say I would have sex with her. See, I don't know her, right? There's where the taking every thought into captivity to the obedience of Christ comes in, right? I desire her form. I desire her face. I desire her boobs. I desire her vagina. I mean, I desire her nice looking ass, right? Right? I desire all her femininity, right? But I don't know her. I don't try to mess with her. I don't try to be with her, right? Because she's not in my circle of friends. I know. Okay, but I'm single. If she's single, we can mingle. If she's not, we can't. But who's got to come to who? She's got to come to me. Like I told you, I can't go to her. And, I'm mentally ill. Okay, so I can't do that. There again is the dividing, rightly dividing the word of truth. Right? Okay, taking every thought into captivity to the obedience of Christ, not the law, all the time either. Or the prophets, or the Psalms, or the writings of Solomon, the wisdom of Solomon. Right? Though he describes in the Song of Solomon the beauty of a woman. So you're confused by who? Though. Who is the author of confusion in the Bible? Satan. Who is confused? The men around Satan. The men following Satan rather than Jesus. The men who won't tell you Jesus was with 7 women without being married to them. And had sex with them. And had daughters with them. These men are the ones you should fear. They're the ones who wrote it. They're lying about it. That's why Constantine couldn't tell either what was the truth from the lie. It's not his fault entirely, Peter. He told you the truth. And you all lied. Except for Paul trying to bring it out and John a little bit. They both did it a little different. Only 2, though, tried to bear witness. But they had to do so ambiguously. 2, because of you, Peter. I know our real enemy ain't the Romans. It's a Jew who thinks like a Roman and not Jesus. Who acts like a Roman and not Jesus. Peter. Tim. Sorry. Could be. He looks like Pastor Davis to me too. There you go. But it ain't every white-haired, blue-eyed man, is it, Peter? Is it Peter? Either I gotta worry about. Just one. Just one, maybe. Because you'll be an old man to me. I know. I know. I'm in the spirit of Christ. You're not anymore. No. You're why the church can't heal anymore. Either you lost your faith. Not that you really had it much. To even betray your Lord. By lots. That's how you chose Matthias. And we know why Judas betrayed him now, don't we? You chose him to. You chose him to. Among the 12. And just as by lots he betrayed Jesus, by lots you replaced him. And by lots the Romans gambled for his garments. The same way. The same way. I told you, Roman, you're not a Jew. You're not even a Christian anymore. You're not even following Jesus. You're following your own whims, Davis. I told him he was Peter, but in jail for the wrong thing. So he's in jail for not doing the will of God anymore. And he was not delivered and died in jail, I guess. And that's the story, huh? I know. In 99, I know. You know what I mean? My have the mighty have fallen, right? Whereas in Acts, he was prayed and delivered. And now, if he's doing what he's doing with little boys and little girls, he's going to jail. So I don't do that shit with my stepmother. Not as a child. Like I told you, Daphne, you gotta let it go. You're the first one to accuse. I only said I might could have done something but didn't. And keyword is could. By proximity to you. That's not memory either. That's you remembering it and knowing we did it and trying to refill my mind with it like I did it the way you wanted me to, but I didn't. Or you would have went to the police that night. And by morning, you would have went to the police. Did you? No. You didn't. You can't go to the Navy either. They can't prosecute it again because of how you did it, right? You're setting me up. You're letting her go in there to me without you being in the picture, right? I know myself. Girlfriend, ex-wife, and I know why you did it. The pressures of men. But see, I can smell her one time. I know. Even stick out my tongue all the way down to make it look like if you're watching me with a mirror. You didn't tell me that part. But I'm guessing how you would know. A mirror. Am I wrong? No. If she's in one room and I'm in the other, only way you can look around the corner and me not notice it is a mirror. Is a mirror. Right? Right? Am I wrong? No. No. But the mirror don't convict, right? Because object and mirrors could be further away or closer than they appear, right? See, that's the problem with whoever was trying to set me up with the car wreck, right? Recently did. In April. See, the one in April, Martin, is the one you gotta worry about. Not the one in October. I know. That's your Achilles heel. That's your Achilles heel. I stopped in time there, too. Which, again, what's the difference there? I'm being set up. I'm being set up. There could have even been bad brakes on the Kia again. Grounds for an appeal. An appeal is when a judge makes a corrupt decision against the law, and you know what it means. You can't do that. You can't do that. You're a judge. You can only judge me by the law. And guess what? No. There's no law that says I can't make sure my stepdaughter didn't pee in the middle of the night if she's in there with her mom all night long. There's not. There's not. Or stick out my tongue all the way down where Daphne can see it if she's looking with a mirror. Mm-hmm. Right? What's the difference? Well, you don't have to do all that with oral sex. And you can go straight for the muff. You know what I mean, right? Usually that's how you do it. You don't have to stick your tongue out all the way down unless it's for show or to entertain the child. Like, you never did that with your child while changing their diaper, liar. Quit lying. You're getting yourself more in trouble than me. You knew like this. But I'm going down the smeller, not liquor. And my nose is this far from my tongue anyway. I know. Now, if she's watching from the bedroom, right, she's going to have an odd angle, right? You see what I mean? If she's not what? Asleep. So, again, we're trying to determine who's really at fault here. Now, the other possibility is Salvador could have coached her if she is asleep. See. There's always someone else involved with the child waking up a step-parent sleeping on the couch. Yeah. Because that's not a normal thing for the child. No, it's not. Right? We know that too. But who can coach her? Who has the time? Girlfriend and Sal? Right. To coach her. Before I meet her. Girlfriend and Sal. They're the only ones who can kosher. I know. To do that with me. I know. Now, only way girlfriend can do it, though, is if she's watching her during the day, right? But then that would involve a lover, Sal. Mm-hmm. Someone out the picture, I know. But who, when I was on base, knew what was going on. I know, right? Maybe. See, when you betray, someone's betraying you, I know. Because no one's being faithful here but me, but you. I was even faithful to Daphne the whole time, I know. And didn't cheat on her till again after the fall. Mm-hmm. And then again, 4 women are with me. 3. I'm sorry. Yeah, 3. I'm worried about the little girl, though. But I blacked out there, too. But see, you gotta seduce me. And have proper ID, too. Sometimes I ask for that if I'm not sure of your age. Now that, too. You gotta look 20-something, or I won't even let you in the door. You gotta drive up, too, or I won't let you in the door. Now, Marie might can walk over. I don't know. If she even has. I'm not worried about her, right? But she's right next door, too, right? Not worried about it. Unless, again, Matt is involved, right? Who's Matt, though, right? I don't know Matt. And you're trying to murder me over what now? The truth? You can't. There's Jason Derulo. Oops. Cool. See, I'm critiquing it now. Okay. Now look at that. Is that right or wrong? It's their video, right? But you can't, what? Does that justify harming a woman? No. If the woman is still naked like she was in Eden or E2 before the fall, why do we not able to go back to that state of innocency? We're still choosing sin nature over divine nature. We're not looking at the woman as a beautiful creation of God. We're trying to fuck them all. Excuse my French there, ladies. We're trying to commit fornication, unlawful carnal knowledge against them, right? You're not trying to marry them or even get them pregnant to raise a child with them, which that's what I'm trying to do. Even with Daphne, right? Even with Sheena, even with Maribel. Right. Now, like I said, they're my unholy trinity, I guess. I know they are. But it still don't mean I don't desire women. See, the Antichrist does not desire women. And what I'm trying to explain the game in is you can desire women, but you cannot lust after them yourself. Even if you want a man, it's still a what, man? What one? If you're gonna act like you could marry, then marry one person like we do, right? Right? Now, what's the difference? Solomon married 300 women, and the 700 were concubines to him, which means they also, all 1,000 had sex with Solomon. Damn. Now, polygamy was big in Israel at that time because of King David, man. He's stacking them up. Now, that's also written in the law of Moses that the kings of Israel can have more than one wife. I know. Yes, it is. It's part of the law. It's part of the law. Now, again, I'm an olive tree. What are you? I'm looking for my candlestick, my female. You're female. See, the two olive trees and the two candlesticks are what? Two men and two women. Right. See, you hear there are two witnesses, but you only focus on the male. That's a lie. That's a lie. Because the male is not without the female, nor the female without the male in the Lord, for the two are one in Christ Jesus. So that there's no mediator. So you're mediated between your woman and Christ, who is the higher form. But it's Constantine who couldn't understand it. I know. Why the hermaphrodite was higher than the male. Mm-hmm. Wrong. And sided with the Orthodox. And one is of God and one is of Satan. God says, search the scriptures and know that I am God. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Mm-hmm. You're to know God from Satan. From Satan. And your knowledge of God is what saves you. Not your denial. Not your denial. Because Satan denies his maker and that he's through Jesus first, right? Which technically makes Jesus his mother and father, right? In heaven and earth, right? Why do you think this is coming to the earth too? How do you think we're made in the image of God if God's the Spirit to begin with? We're made in Christ's image and likeness, right? Two. My job. Here's Dula Lipa. She's hot. And again, sparkling in her eyes. Thought in my eyes. Brown shoe Jackson Brown, right? That's all you gotta do for fair use. But you're complicating the law of copyright, especially with music, to make more money than you should make off of it, right? You're trying to make 100% and not allow the 10%, which would normally be for fair use, to be used at all. You can't do that. That's illegal. That's why we have fair use, right? So that impersonators and people like me can have a part-time job at least, being comedians to other people, and joking about how they might be using autotune and stuff like that. Dude. But that's why. Do you see any children around here though when I'm doing it? So I'm doing it. But you're also making me the male child. Where am I being a child? I'm innocent still. Where am I being a male? Where I'm a male. I'm a male there. Right? And I have the desire of Dua Lipa, not the other guy. Not the guy. No matter how hot he thinks he is, he ain't gonna get none. Just her. Just that fine lady. That's the point. But I don't mind the backup singers now either. Don't get me wrong. They look hot too, but they're the backup singers. She's the star. They're in black. She's in blue. Right? Light blue. They're putting her in the spotlight. Why? Cause the daddy, or mommy, or someone's got the hookup. Right. And you know that ain't her real name. Dua could mean dual. Lipa means whatever the hell that means, right? But again, it sounds like a non de plume. I know. And why is it a non de plume? Because she's hot and she can get stalkers, and that's why they have their fan clubs and all that too. But then the president of the fan club killed Felina. I know. So you can't even trust that anymore. I know, that's right. That's why I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But if someone's trying to tell you the truth and nothing but the truth to help them, God, and this is true to the best of my knowledge and belief, it is. Right. No. Or am I baiting it? I know. Because see, you can't prove I licked it one time with the angle I was at. Mm-hmm. And you should know that. I know, right? that I even done that, right? Not on base, not Daphne, and not Sal. No one can know if I touched it or not because of the angle I was at. Even if you have an overhead camera or one at the side, it still wouldn't show if I made contact, right? That's what I mean. Like you got one under her butt. And then you still can't tell, and then you still can't tell. All it has to do is not touch it at all. But how much? A millimeter? A millimeter. At least 5 millimeters, right? 5 millimeters, right? I know. What do you think that's about? It's not about what the injury actually shows. It's not about how far the pelvis was pushed up, or the sacrum, or the pelvis itself. It's pushed up more than that. It's almost 7 millimeters, at least, almost a centimeter, right? And that's almost half an inch to 3/4 of an inch, right? Or 5/8, right? But when you fight against God and one man's of God, you're gonna all lose in the process. So no, who aren't of God. You don't have a choice. And even if you celebrate my death, because you're backwards, you're backwards, even if you celebrate my death. But you're not celebrating it for the reason of the resurrection. I know you're not. So when I'm resurrected and go into heaven and you all see it, you will be judged by your own conscience how wrong you were. Yet you still have time. I might have to come back 7 more times every 500 or so years, which can be between 200 to 300 before or after too, right? That's so you don't know when I'll come. There's a time gap between the returns, right? I could come early or late. You don't know. I'll come when I'm needed the most, that right? It's how God does it. He doesn't send the prophet when you don't need him. He sends the prophet when you need him the most, right? And you've been falling hard since. Because of their own denial of it, right? If Constantine lied, it's because Peter made the other disciples lie with the Old Testament. See, if you're lying with something, you're not telling all the details, right? The truth is in the details. The lie is half the truth, right? It don't tell you everything in detail. It's a parable as well. Like the parable of the sower has a deeper meaning, right? He tells you what it actually means, right? And the parable itself, right? Well, some parables, like Jesus is the door, that's a parable. But who is the door? The woman. I am the door. He is a woman. And a man. And the shepherd. So that's another way of saying he's androgynous, right? Male and female. Jew and Gentile, bond and free. Right. He's the sum totality of it all, right? You're not. And it's by the blood of Christ we're redeemed, not the blood of Satan, which corrupted us, right? Gave us the Reese's Fucky gene. Hello? Oh. You got 2 genes now. One is dominant over the other until the other resurfaced recently, right? But it was always in the gene pool. You just have to get 2 RH negatives together to reintroduce it, right? And it took that long, alien hunters. That's how dominant Reese's monkey gene was. Well, you corrupt the female with Reese's monkey gene. Even the semen in her makes her from negative to positive, right? Maybe. Because, see, it's called diffusion. When the sperm enters into the baby, right, Eve's blood is what feeds the baby. Negative or positive, right? But if the baby's positive, rhesus monkey gene, the diffusion works back and forth, right? It makes Eve from negative to what? Positive. Adam too. Adam too. Even if Satan just did butt sex with him. You know how AIDS is spread, right? Through sexual contact. Right. Why is that? Because Satan infected Adam with his DNA. Right. And also introduced the rhesus monkey gene into him, right? Into his butt. Or ass, as they say. And the truth shall make you free, and the law only binds you further. If you want to date a man, and only a man. Lord ain't against that if you do it the right way. You do it like a heterosexual couple would do it. That's all. And if you're trans, you're kind of getting some of the picture, but you still need the opposite of you, another female, to really be one with her. You're not understanding the fullness of the transfiguration of Christ, right? See, Christ was all three, I know. Which we can't do because of the fall as well. Your ideas are half right, half wrong, right? You are androgynous in nature. Your sperm and egg make you, right? One from the father, one from the mother, right? So you're feeling your bisexuality, your dual sexuality, and your androgynous nature. Now, the thing is, though, you're confused about who you're married, so you're really confused if you should be gay or straight still. It's about your sexuality still. Don't tell me it's not. And you're also wondering if you can become a boy or a girl. No, you can't. Because Satan locked us in the forms. Only Christ, even though he diffused within Mary. And no, she did not have to be perfect, like the Catholics assume or whatever, right? In some of their early writings, right? Now, if Jesus was being picked on, right, and he pushed the boy off the roof and he died, unlike you, yeah, he might could resurrect the boy. Because he would repent and say, Father, forgive me, and forgive me for not forgiving him and attacking him, right? And killing him. His confession would be perfect. Yours isn't for some reason. And now, what's the reason? You're playing God there. Only God can resurrect from the dead. You know that. But through what? Forgiveness, not condemnation, right? So, for a real resurrection to occur, you can't condemn anyone, not even Satan, right? Who gets you to sin. But you condemn even Satan. You're saying things like Satan's under your feet, right? No, he's not. No. He's you, too. I don't know. He's just as human as you are, right? At one point. Right? The problem is you're not forgiving him his transgression against Adam and Eve, right? Nor did they forgive him his transgression against them, though Adam got it worse. No. In his mind. But he died by what? Condemning the act till he died. Right? That's what killed him. Eve too. No. She condemned Adam for blaming her and the serpent. But again, whose fault was it? The serpent did show them what good and evil were. And what not to do. Right. But what didn't they do? Repent of it. Forgive the sin, right? And what's proof of that? They died. But even dying, though a sin caused by the sin of Satan, is not the end, nor is it the beginning. It's your lifespan now, right? If God keeps resurrecting us or replenishing the earth, it keeps doing it the same way. It can't do it any different, any better, or any worse, right? Molly, Again. But this one is hot. Right? The other one, not so much. Not so much. As far as looks are concerned. Now, did I not want to be with her regardless? Yeah, but I'm trying to feel what's going on with her when she's with me, right? And I'm treating her like, a friend who's hanging out with me who I had sex with once finally. And she came back twice, right? I don't know it was Miley Cyrus. She's supposed to be 16. She was 23, right? But they were both born in November, right? If I'm not sure. Alright. So again, what's going on? Is Molly one of those young looking actors like Michael J. Fox, for example? And she's really 23. Uh-oh. I don't know. It's a question, not a statement. But how do you know I was with Molly and not Molly, right? Well, again, I have evidence Molly was around me, not Molly, right? But what am I showing you? I don't know. Either woman, I don't know, is around the same height, the same build, I don't know, and could have been both with me, but Molly would have to sneak away from her kin. I mean, you at the airport like Molly did. I know. And be with me for 2 weeks, right? I know. But Molly, if she's with her family and them, again, a different scenario ensues there. I know. She would have to sneak away late at night between 1 to 3 in the morning if, wait for them to go to sleep and then use her driver's license, which is another reason she went to Georgia to get a driver's license, because you can get it at 16 in Georgia too. Right? I'm not saying nothing. I'm not proving nothing. Don't. But I wouldn't mind Molly or Molly if I was with one. I could have been with the other. Who knows?